The MMA world just exploded with three earth-shaking stories, and you won't believe who's taking sides. First, Michael Chandler drops a cryptic Conor 12426 bomb that might have just revealed McGregor's long-awaited return date. Is this finally happening, or another cruel tease? Meanwhile, Tom Aspinall turns UFC drama into comedy gold, recreating Jon Jones' bizarre Thailand antics with savage precision. But behind the laughs, 115,000 furious fans are demanding the UFC strip Jones's title. Will Dana White finally act? And in the most shocking twist, Tony Ferguson, Khabib's sworn rival, just endorsed Islam Makhachev's welterweight move, calling him better than Khabib. Is this a genius legacy play or a dangerous gamble? We're breaking down every angle of these insane developments with facts you haven't heard anywhere else. The MMA world is buzzing after Michael Chandler dropped a cryptic tweet that might have just revealed Conor McGregor's long-awaited return date. Out of nowhere, Chandler posted Conor 12426 on Threads, sending fans into a frenzy. The numbers seem to point to January 24th, 2026, a Saturday which lines up perfectly with UFC's usual pay-per-view schedule. But why would Chandler randomly tweet this unless there was some truth to it? Speculation is running wild. Some believe this could be the official date for their postponed showdown, while others think Chandler might be playing mind games. What makes this even more intriguing is the timing. The UFC is currently negotiating a new TV rights deal, and having McGregor headline the first event under a potential Netflix partnership would be a massive draw. Imagine the hype if the UFC's streaming debut featured McGregor stepping back into the octagon after years of delays. But not everyone is convinced. McGregor has teased comebacks before, only to go silent for months. Fans are torn. Some are thrilled at the idea of seeing the Notorious back in action, while others are tired of the endless waiting. Chandler, however, seems confident. He even doubled down, tweeting that the fight will happen on January 24th, 2026. Whether this is an official leak or just another chapter in the never-ending McGregor saga remains to be seen. One thing's for sure, if this fight finally happens, it'll be one of the biggest events in UFC history. McGregor's star power hasn't faded, and Chandler's relentless call-outs have kept the rivalry alive. But until the UFC confirms it, fans are left wondering, is this the real deal, or just another false alarm? The clock is ticking, and the MMA world is watching closely. The heavyweight division just got a little more chaotic thanks to Tom Aspinall's hilarious and brutally accurate mockery of Jon Jones. It all started when Jones went viral for his questionable antics in Thailand, including pulling a random Russian man's hair while riding a motorcycle in the middle of the night. Never one to miss a chance to stir the pot, Aspinall recreated the entire scene with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu star Craig Jones, adding his own comedic twist. In the clip, Aspinall mimics Jones's bizarre behavior before deadpanning. "Sorry, it's a Jones thing." The internet loved it, but the joke cuts deeper than just laughs. Behind the humor, there's real frustration brewing in the MMA community over Jon Jones's prolonged absence as heavyweight champion. Despite being sidelined with injuries and outside the cage controversies, Jones still holds the title, leaving the division in limbo. Former middleweight champ Robert Whittaker summed up the growing annoyance saying, "I don't know how Jones still holds the title. Honestly, you're taking the piss now, bro." Even Ariel Helwani weighed in, pointing out that a petition to strip Jones has already gathered over 115,000 signatures. The UFC's silence on the matter has only fueled the fire. Fans and fighters alike are demanding clarity. Either book Jones's return or free up the belt for contenders like Aspinall, who's been vocal about wanting his shot. Meanwhile, Aspinall isn't just trolling, he's making a statement. By poking fun at Jones's off-brand behavior, he's highlighting the absurdity of a champion who's everywhere except the octagon. Will the UFC finally make a move? Or will Jones's reign continue unchallenged? One thing's clear, Aspinall's antics have turned up the heat, and the heavyweight division can't afford to wait much longer. Whether it's through memes or main events, this drama is far from over. The MMA world got a surprising dose of respect from an unlikely source this week, as Tony Ferguson praised Islam Makhachev's decision to move up to welterweight. Makhachev defended 4 times at 155. That's much more than Khabib and he made weight, Ferguson told Helen Yee. I think that's a smart move. When you go up, you're trying to build a legacy. This unexpected compliment comes despite Ferguson's storied rivalry with Makhachev's mentor, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Makhachev's move to 170 pounds has sparked heated debate across the MMA community. Some see it as an ambitious attempt to become a 2-division champion, following in the footsteps of legends like Conor McGregor and Amanda Nunes. Others question whether he's dodging a dangerous matchup with rising featherweight King Ilia Topuria, who's been vocal about moving up to lightweight. Ferguson seems firmly in the first camp, even going so far as to say, I think Makhachev is a better grappler than Khabib. High praise coming from one of Khabib's fiercest rivals. The timing of this move adds another layer of intrigue. Ferguson revealed that he was originally supposed to coach against Khabib on The Ultimate Fighter before those plans fell through. I'd love to clean the mats with Khabib's hat, Ferguson joked, showing he hasn't lost his trademark humor. But his serious analysis of Makhachev's skills suggests a genuine respect for the current pound-for-pound king's abilities. As Makhachev prepares for his welterweight debut, the big question remains, is this about legacy building or strategic matchmaking? With Ferguson surprisingly in his corner and the shadow of Khabib's undefeated career looming large, Makhachev's journey at 170 pounds could redefine how we remember the Dagestani dominance in UFC history. One thing's certain, whether you see this as bold ambition or careful calculation, all eyes will be on Makhachev as he tests his skills against bigger competition in a stacked welterweight division. The UFC finds itself at a fascinating juncture, with 3 of its biggest names driving entirely different narratives that speak to the sport's current state. Conor McGregor's potential return in early 2026, signaled by Chandler's cryptic tease, represents the UFC's never-ending quest for blockbuster moments, proving that even after years of inactivity, the Notorious remains the promotion's ultimate needle mover. Yet the prolonged uncertainty surrounding this fight also highlights the delicate balance between spectacle and sport. Together, these stories paint a picture of a sport in transition, where star power, competitive integrity, and unexpected alliances collide. As fans, we're left to wonder, will the UFC prioritize fresh matchups and active champions, or continue leaning on familiar names and drawn-out dramas? What do you think? Will McGregor actually return in 2026? Is Jon Jones holding the heavyweight division back? And is Makhachev making a smart move or dodging a threat? Drop your hot takes in the comments. If you love this breakdown, smash that like button, share this video with your fight squad, and subscribe for the juiciest MMA updates straight to your feed. Turn on notifications so you never miss when we drop fire content.